The Times is committed to reviewing theatrical film releases during the COVID-19 pandemic. Because moviegoing carries risks during this time, we remind readers to follow health and safety guidelines as outlined by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and local health officials. For the better part of 6 astoundingly successful seasons, Lucy and Ricky Ricardo's apartment was one of the most comforting places in America. I should say apartments, for a few years they lived on the 4th floor of a Manhattan brownstone, only to move into bigger, brighter 3rd floor digs in preparation for the arrival of their baby son. You never knew what Lucy, Ricky, Fred and Ethel were going to get up to in those spaces: quarrels and sing-alongs, bridge games and food fights, ridiculous stunts that would leave the living room strewn with trash, pillow feathers and even barnyard animals. The more, the merrier, for millions of viewers and the many more who grew up on reruns. The Ricardos' home was home. You see that home often in the glibly entertaining behind-the-scenes drama being the Ricardos, mostly in the background of the Desilu Productions soundstage where Lucille Ball, Nicole Kidman, and her husband, Desi Arnaz, Javier Bardem, spend hours each day rehearsing, blocking and recording the eye. That living room set beckons to Lucy and sometimes even taunts her, an image of the idyllic domestic bliss that she and Desi enacted on camera but never achieved in real life. It's an effective if reductive conceit, which more or less describes being the Ricardos, one of those pleasantly tidy biographical fantasias that aim to compress something remarkable, a life, a career, a cultural phenomenon, into the space of one revealing week. As weeks go, it's a stressful one, set to the crisp rhythms of Alan Baumgarten's editing and the rapid percussion solos of Daniel Pemberton's score. It's the fall of 1953, and the House Un-American Activities Committee has recently questioned Lucy about a resurfaced 1936 voter registration affidavit in which she had identified herself as a member of the Communist Party. The Hollywood blacklist is in full effect and the nervous suits at Desilu and Philip Morris, the tobacco giant that sponsors the show, are eager to quash the story before it makes headlines, prompting some intense crisis management from Lucy and Desi as they struggle to keep their show afloat and GE. Speaking of getting a story straight, while being the Ricardos is many things, a eulogy for a doomed showbiz marriage, a mixed bag of actorly impersonations, a chance to hear Bardem sing Babalu, it is, first and foremost, the latest hyper-articulate history lesson written and directed by Aaron. Which means, of course, that it's no more interested in sticking to the truth than Lucy is in staying out of Ricky's nightclub act.